ब्रह्मनाथ शांति 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 स्वस्थ।
Hello students, in the previous class we discussed about the complete classification of the kingdom Animalia, in which we discussed under these two main broad categories are coming. One is your non-chordate, other one is your chordate. If the notochord is present, then it is called the chordates. If it is absent, then it is called the non-chordates. Under the non-chordates, we further discuss that there are 10 phylum. First one is your Porifera, Coelentata, Ctenophora, then the Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes, then the Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and lastly Hemichordata. Under the chordata also we discussed various divisions. First division is your, we can say, the Acraniata and the Craniata. Under the Acraniata, Cephalochordata and Urochordata. And also next we discussed under the Craniata, it comes mainly two divisions. One is your Agnatha and the Gnathostomata. Okay, Gnathostomata means what? The jaw bearing mouth, and Agnatha means jaw is absent. Similarly, Acraniata means cranium is absent, Craniata means cranium is present. Okay, then also next we discussed that under the Gnathostomata, two broad divisions are present. One is your Pisces, other one is your, we can say, the tetrapods. Simple. Under the Pisces we discussed 4 classes, and also under the, we can say, the tetrapods we discussed 4 classes. Today we will discuss, students, each phylum one by one. Okay, first we will start from the non-chordata. Today we will discuss our first phylum, that is your Porifera. Students, what do you mean by the term Porifera means? Porifera means simply, student, pore bearing animals. Simple. Sponges you have seen, similarly pore bearing animals are simply, we can say, that is called the Porifera. So how the term was given? The term Porifera was given by Robert Grant in the year 1825, which means the pore bearing. Okay, see, first point, the term Porifera was given by Robert Grant in the year 1825. Okay, and the term which means simply pore bearing. Okay, or here also, you know, you always remember, Porifera means pore bearing animals. Simply always remember, pore bearing animals. Okay, pore means small holes like. Next, commonly the Porifera are called as sponges. Commonly it is called as sponges. Simple. Now we will come to the general characteristics. General characteristics. What are the various general characteristics of the Porifera phylum? First point, students, the answer you already know. Can you tell me that it is either diploblastic or triploblastic? It is either symmetrical or asymmetrical? You only tell. Think. The first point you can write that the animals are diploblastic. First point, and mostly have the asymmetrical. Some are radial symmetrical. Okay, as we have already discussed that in the asymmetrical the porifera is coming. Mostly major porifera are asymmetrical. Some exceptions are there which belongs to the radial symmetry. Okay, so first point, body is diploblastic means consists of two germ layer, ectoderm and endoderm. So we can write animals are diploblastic, mostly asymmetrical, and some are radial symmetry, Okay, next one. Animals are mostly aquatic, or we can say mostly marine. Animals are aquatic means what? Which basically lives in the water. Animals are aquatic means we can say mostly we can live in water, or we can say mostly are present in the marine means ocean or sea water, mostly marine. Next point, the porifera. Okay, the porifera have so many pores in it, or we can say so many pores are present that are called the ostia, and one big pore is present on the tip, on the top portion, that is called an osculum. Also, the body wall of the porifera have generally two layers. One is your pinacoderm, other one is the coenoderm. See students, suppose in roughly I am doing the diagram. Okay, this one is your osculum, these are your ostia. Okay, these are your ostia. Okay, means the pore. This one is your osculum. Simple. Next, see, if we will take one section of this, means suppose this one is there, if I will take one section of the porifera, then how it will look like? Somehow it will look like. Okay, now we are taking section of it, means the pore are also present, and it is the cavity. Okay, what happens students? The body wall of the porifera has two layers. Okay, externally the layers are, we can say, or to the outer portions, this layer is your pinacoderm. Pinacoderm. What these are called? Pinacoderm. Pinacoderm. Okay, and each cell are called, or each unit are called the pinacocyte. Cyte means what? Cell. Similarly, to the internal, the layer is known as your coenoderm. Okay students, these are your, this layer is called your coenoderm. Okay, and each individual the cells are called a coenocyte. Easy. See, and the center cavity is called the spongiocele cavity or the paragastric cavity. Spongiocele cavity or paragastric cavity. Okay students, now we will write all these points. So, body wall have two layers. One is your pinacoderm having pinacocyte cells. Pinacocyte. Simple. Another one is your coenoderm. This one, coenoderm. Okay. Coenoderm having coenocyte. Simple. Next point. The cavity present inside the porifera is known as your paragastric cavity or the spongocoel cavity. The cavity present inside the porifera is called spongocoel cavity or paragastric cavity. Paragastric cavity. Okay. Next point, students. The body of the porifera bears numerous pores called the ostia. Okay, and canal system is also present, means as the various pores are present, means water comes and pass through. So we can write body consists of numerous pores called ostia. Okay, and also osculum is present. Next, as I told, canal system is present. Canal system means as canal means what? Water as is like canal means water is passing. So simply by the help of the pore, various vital activities are being done. So water enter into this pore and gets out of the other pore, get out in this pore or get out of the other pore. So it acts as a canal system. So we can also write, students, canal system is present. Okay, see, we'll have a quick recap. The term porifera was given by Robert Grant in the year 1825, which means pore bearing. Simply remember, porifera means pore bearing animals. Commonly, it is called as sponges. Okay, while if we are we are telling sponges, means you should remember that we are talking about the porifera. Common examples: animals are diploblastic, means having two layers, ectoderm and endoderm, mostly asymmetrical, but some are also radial symmetry. Animals are generally aquatic, means mostly marine. Aquatic means living in the water. Body walls have two layers, as I said. This one is your pinacoderm. Okay, this one is your, we can say, the pinacoderm. See, this one means from the outer layer, that is called a pinacoderm, and the individual cells are pinacocytes. Similarly, to the internal, the layer is called a coenoderm. Okay, and the cells are called your individual cells are called a coenocyte. Similarly, that cavity is called your spongocoel cavity or paragastric cavity. That is what I have written. Body wall have two layers: pinacoderm having the pinacocyte, coenoderm having the coenocyte. The cavity which is present inside the porifera is called the spongocoel cavity or the paragastric cavity, and the body consists of numerous pores, okay, which are called as ostia. And the canal system is also present, means water comes from one pore and goes through the another pore, means the canal system is present, by which the water regulation is being takes place, and also various vital activities are also done. Okay, please note down. Next, students, we will come to some more points. The animals in the case of the porifera are generally sedentary. Sedentary means what? Fixed. Well, we can say fixed. The fixed means the substratum is generally fixed. So we can say the porifera are generally sedentary, and they occurs in, we can say, solitary, means occurs in single, or they occur in the colonial or the group. So your next point is, students, animals are sedentary. Means what? Fixed. Okay, fixed to their position, and occurs in, we can say, solitary, which is single, or colonial. Occurs in solitary, which is known as your single, or we can say colonial, or in a group. Next is your level. Students, you only say that porifera includes which level of organization? Yes, the cellular level of organization. We studied that in the cellular level of organization, cells are loosely packed, or we can say those are not formed to the tissue as the division level is being involved. So the porifera, we can say the cellular grade of organization is present. Cellular grade or cellular level of, cellular grade we can simply write, cellular grade of organization is present. Okay, students. Next, what is the skeleton is in the form? The skeleton of the porifera is in the form of, we can say, spicules or the spongin fibers. Skeleton means, student, you should not always understand that skeleton means as if like we have a skeleton, such like structure, bones, those are present. No, skeleton means which gives support to the whole body. The thing which gives support to the whole body, that is called a skeleton. So that skeleton is basically presents in the of the porifera is in the form of the spicules, which are basically made of the calcium carbonate or the spongin fibers. So we can write, students, skeleton is in the form of spicules or spongin fibers. Spongin fibers. Okay. Next, students, as it is on the cellular level of organization, that is why the mouth, alimentary canal, then the respiratory system, excretory system, circulatory system, coelom is absent. Okay, so we can write mouth, alimentary canal, then the respiratory system, then the excretory system, circulatory system, then the circulatory system, next the coelom, is absent, Okay. Next point, see what we have discussed now, that we can say that the mouth, alimentary canal, respiratory system, excretory system, circulatory system, coelom is completely absent. Next, how the digestion is being takes place? Simply, students, the digestion is intracellular in the case of the porifera, means it occurs inside the cell. Digestion is intracellular. Intracellular means, student, it occurs inside the cell. It occurs inside the cell. Next, student, how the respiration occurs? The respiration occurs through the general body surface. Respiration is through the general body surface. Okay, means how the respiration is being done generally through the body surface, means no respiratory organs or we can say respiratory system is generally present. Then student, in this both the sexual and the asexual reproduction is present. The sexual reproduction takes place through the formation of the sperm and the egg, whereas the asexual reproduction takes place through the budding or the gamete formation. Okay students, see, the sexual reproduction is through formation of sperm and egg. Okay, whereas the asexual by budding or gamete formation, whereas the asexual reproduction takes place by budding or gamete formation. Okay, asexual reproduction is generally by the formation of, we can say, the sperm and the egg, but the asexual reproduction takes place by the budding or the gamete formation. Students, what is the budding means? You know, budding means what? Simply something, a outcome arises from the organisms, means a bud like segment arises from this. It will separate and it will individually grow into another organism. Gamete formation means what? Students, during the unfavorable conditions, what happens? We can say, suppose, common example I am taking, not suppose this is the, means we can say cycon or the porifera. These are the pores, sorry, porifera. 1 second. So, during the unfavorable conditions, students, the gametes formation will takes place. What happens? We are now considering only the gamete or the internal bud. These are called the internal bud or the gametes. Okay, or gametes. What happens, students? During the unfavorable condition, the internal bud or the gamete formation takes place. In course of time, what happens in the unfavorable condition? Slowly, the parent organism disintegrate. By which these all gametes are free, or we can say released. By which further this grow into an individual organisms. Okay, do you understand what is the gamete formation? During the unfavorable condition, the internal budding bud or the gamete formation takes place inside the porifera. Slowly what happens? The parent organism get disintegrated, by which the free or the gamete formation get free and it is released, by which each gamete formation becomes an individual organism or individual porifera. Understood students? So these are your general points. First we discussed animals are sedentary or fixed and occurs in solitary means, or we can say the single or in group or colonial. Cellular grade of organization is present. Skeleton is in the form of spicules or spongin fibers, which is made up of the spicules made up of the calcium carbonate. Mouth, alimentary canal, respiratory system, excretory system, circulatory system, and also you can add nervous system also. You can also add nervous system. As there is no organ system or tissue, obviously no system is present. Nervous system and coelom is also absent. Digestion is intracellular, means occurs inside the cell. Respiration is through general body surface. Sexual reproduction is through formation of the sperm and the egg, whereas the asexual reproduction takes place by the budding. As I said, an outcome or bud-like formation, it will individually grow into an organism. Or we can say the gamete formation, means the internal bud formation takes place during the unfavorable condition. Unfavorable means what? A condition which is not suitable for that organism, that is called unfavorable condition. So in unfavorable condition, the gammules or the internal bud-like segments are being formed, by which slowly the parent organism get disintegrated, and these individual gammules will now become an individual organism. Okay students, so please note down. Now come to your some more general points students, how the excretion is being done. As the respiration is being done through the general body surface, excretion is also done through the general body surface. So we can write excretion is through general body surface. Okay, next point, they have the high power of regeneration. Regeneration means what? Suppose this is the organism. Suppose this part accidentally or due to some reason it being cut or it is being lost. So it have the high power of regenerate that portion or high power of regeneration. So it have the high power to get that portion again, or we can say it have the high power of regeneration. They have high power of regeneration. Okay. Next, how the fertilization is being done? The fertilization is generally internal, means it occurs inside the body. Fertilization is internal, means it occurs inside the body. Next students, how the development is being done? Development is indirect, and in the development is indirect and presence of a swimming larva, that is called your amphiblastula, or and we can say the parenchyma. So we can write development is indirect in the presence of free swimming larva, okay, called the amphiblastula and parenchyma. Okay students, next students, what is the development is indirect means? Development is indirect means, suppose we can say the direct, when it will achieve the adult form, it will not achieve the adult form directly. It will have an intermediate phase, that is called a larval form. And also frog also we find the larval forms, means that if it is said that the development is direct, then you should always remember that the larval form is not there. If it is given that the development is indirect, then you should remember that the larval form is present. And here the development is indirect in the presence of the free swimming larva called the amphiblastula and the parenchyma. Okay. Parenchyma. Okay. Next, common examples. You know already the cycon, the spongilla, which is also a freshwater sponge. Fresh water sponge, okay, or the Euplectella, called as the Venus flower basket, commonly called as the Venus flower basket, okay, etc. Okay students, so as of now we discussed various general characteristics of the Porifera. Students, phylum Porifera is also divided into three classes: Calcarea, Hexactinellida and also Demospongia. But students, I am just as it is given in the material, that's why I am writing, but it is not required. The classes are not required for you, but as of we are present, it is present in the material, I am giving you. The porifera is divided into 3 classes. Okay, one is your called the calcarea, another one is your Hexactinellida, and other one is your Demospongia. Demospongia. Okay students, these are your 3 classes. Just as of you should know I am telling, but it is not required. Totally it is not required. You are only required up to the all the general characteristics and the examples. Okay. So students, your first point, as I have written, that the excretion is through general body surface, that the high power of regeneration is, as I told, fertilization is internal, development is indirect due to the presence of the larva, and due to the presence of free swimming larva called the amphiblastula and the parenchyma. Examples are Sycon, Spongilla, freshwater sponge, Euplectella, commonly known as the Venus flower basket. And 3 classes are present: Calcarea, Hexactinellida, and the Demospongia. Just means you should know. You need not to by heart it or remember anything. We are not required to study the classes. Just you know the terms: Calcarea, Hexactinellida, and the Demospongia. We are required up to only the general characteristics and the examples. So students, there are up to 10 phylums in the non-chordata. Starting from the porifera we will study up to the hemichordata. So in the porifera we studied that the porifera is known as the pore bearing animals, and the term was given by the Robert Grant in the year 1825, and these are also commonly called the sponges. We studied numerous characteristics such as various pores are present, that is called the ostia, and the 2 layers, body wall consists of 2 layers. One is the pinacodum, then the coenodome. Pinacodome consists of pinacocyte, coenodome consists of coenocyte. Then numerous various general characteristics we studied, such as your digestion is intracellular, inside the cell, sexual reproduction takes place through the formation of the ova, the sperm and the egg, asexual by the budding and gamete formation, respiration excretion through the general body surface. Okay, no nervous system, excretory system, the circulatory system or the respiratory system or the coelom is present. And also lastly we discussed that the development is indirect due to the presence of the free swimming larva. Okay, you should always remember that the porifera organism is basically sedentary, but the larval form is basically free swimming larva. Okay, as in the free swimming larva is amphiblastula and the parenchyma. Next, the fertilization is also internal as it occurs inside the body. There are high power of regeneration is also present, and we discussed 3 common examples: Sycon, Spongilla, freshwater sponge, and the Euplectella, that is your Venus flower basket. Okay, so that's all for today. We will meet in our next class. Thank you.